I think we're recording. Did
We
she
are.
freeze?
She must have froze.
Nope,
Yep.
we're recording.
Now she's
Oh, there you
back.
are.
Okay.
Okay, well, how about that for an intro? Well, shall we talk about what's on the roadmap? I only have one that I was super, super excited about. So I'm going to
Wow.
share it and then let you guys go nuts on the rest of them.
Okay.
So the one that I really like that is in development is a SharePoint dynamic web part for FAQs. Now, for anyone who's done a rollout, for anyone who's done a project, for anyone that's done anything where you've had a task of writing FAQs, you're going to love this. You can point it at a document, you can point it at a space. I think you could point it at a link and you could, or a page or something, and it is going to build out the FAQs that it thinks that it needs using Copilot and then put them on the page. So I'm super excited about that because people always need those FAQs. So that is in development. It's going to be using, what they call a human in the loop AI. So you're kind of giving the AI stuff, then you're checking it. So you're the human in the loop, a little hamster in the wheel, if you will. So excited about that just because I've tried to build FAQ pages in SharePoint and to get them, it's just taken a lot of my life and now I can have that lifetime back.
Well, I think the other thing in this description that sounds intriguing is the last two sentences. The result, a living FAQ that evolves with the organization's needs. So it sounds like it can periodically go and refresh your FAQ based on whatever you're using for your grounding. And I think that is really awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
Mhm.
how that will work, if it will notify the person who created it. What if
Yeah,
that person's not there anymore? So there's a lot
exactly.
of, I'm going to be happy with getting the FAQ created, and then we'll work through all of the
Getting
other
it
features with
refreshed.
it. But
Yeah,
I'm super excited about that one, and I think there's a lot of potential
cool.
for that one. So with that, I'll pass it to Tamara because I know if I pass it to Tom, he'll just pass it to Tamara. So
Wow,
Tamara,
am I
what do
that
you love?
transparent?
Yes.
Okay.
Like cellophane.
Yeah, because you're right, I would have.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with
No,
No,
that.
not in
no,
your
that's
book,
fine.
it's not.
No. So Outlook, offline support for calendar, create, edit, and delete event support. So Microsoft is adding more offline functionality to the new Outlook for Windows.
Hashtag.
Hashtag new Outlook for Windows. You'll now be able to create, edit, and delete events in your calendar when not connected to the internet. And that's slated to come out in June for worldwide, the standard tenant. Then we also have enhanced meeting protection. I thought this was very interesting. Prevent screen capture
Mhm.
for Microsoft Teams meetings. So, to address the issue of unauthorized screen captures during meetings, the prevent screen capture features ensures that if a user attempts to take a screen capture, the meeting window will turn black, thereby protecting sensitive information. This feature will be available on Teams desktop applications, both Windows and Mac, and Teams mobile application, both iOS and Android. For users joining from unsupported platforms, they will be placed in an audio only mode to maintain the integrity of the meeting's content. Now, I have a question for you. If somebody tries to take a screen capture, it's going to go black. What's going to happen if you record the meeting?
Oh, it will work for the people because the person who's recording it will own the meeting. So it
Okay.
will be fine. It works this way right now in Windows 365 and AVD, where you can block it out. So like when we join the customer's call, but we were guest, whenever they went to screen share, it actually just showed us a black screen, but
Oh,
they could
wow.
see the screen. So the people that were connected with the associated accounts with the tenants and the approved tenants
Mm,
saw it, but everyone else saw the black screen. So in reality, the person who is recording it and has rights to record it will have the right permissions, so it won't go black for them.
great. And that comes out in July. Then we've also got Planner, new Microsoft Planner app for the web in DoD. I am so excited. The new Microsoft Planner app, been waiting for this for the web, is a single unified work management experience. It brings together the simplicity of Microsoft To Do and the collaboration of Planner into a simple, scalable, intelligent solution that spans from individual task management to enterprise and professional project management. That comes out in July. They just changed the icon on the landing page for Microsoft 365, and I got a little excited and clicked on it. It's not there yet, but the icon has been updated.
That's fantastic.
And then there was one more. Here it is. The next generation of file and folder sharing for Microsoft 365. Now, they brought this up in the Microsoft Community Conference that was last week. So Microsoft now is introducing the third generation of Microsoft 365 sharing experience. This is designed to make collaboration simpler, smarter, and more secure by default. So at the heart of the update is the new Hero link. It's a single powerful link that controls access to your file. Whether you copy a link, share through email, or send the URL from your browser, you now have a seamless and consistent way to share and stay in control of your files. So the link remains the same, and then your permissions allow you that particular level of access using that link. So say you're granted view access and later it's updated to edit access, you still use that same link. That's coming out in December for everybody. The worldwide tenant, GCC, GCC High, and DoD.
It's a very cool change.
Yeah, very excited about it.
Yeah, and
Tom, what did you like in development?
I was going to say on the file sharing thing, I heard it mentioned in a couple different sessions, and it sounded like it was going to be a big deal. So keep your eyes open for it and see how that evolves. So I'm going to do, of course, Copilot stuff, and it's all semi kind of related. It's basically Copilot with some of the Microsoft 365 applications. And so the first one was for Copilot, create a presentation with Copilot from the PowerPoint backstage view. So prior to this, you more had to be in a presentation to start it, or you had to like open up the whole thing first and then start to do the prompting to get whatever it was you wanted. Well, now when you say, hey, PowerPoint launches, and it says, what do you want to do? Here it is. You can actually do all your prompting backstage before everything loads and you have something to work from. So I think that'll be interesting. Should be, in my mind, a little bit more intuitive on building something without having to go to 3 or 4 different places to get started before you can start doing all the prompting to build. That's coming out in May, and that will be worldwide standard stuff. Then they've got 3 entries, which is the same thing. I'd love to know why they're different. But that is reference up to 5 files when creating a presentation with Copilot for PowerPoint. So instead of just, hey, here's a file, use that as your grounding, give me a presentation on it, now you can give it up to 5 different files. So I'm assuming that's like Word document, text files, PDFs, things like that. And let that be what ends up generating the content that ends up going into your PowerPoint slide deck. That's coming out in June, again, worldwide standard. Then we have one that is, and this will be fun, I think. I don't know how useful it'll be, but it'll be fun. Access audio overviews from the top of your Word document. So ask Copilot to generate an audio overview of your document from the Summary tab in the document snapshot. And if this is the feature I think it is, it's not like, Copilot starts going, this is what is in your document. They actually generate like a 2-person podcast style summary that discusses the document. And I'm like,
and I think you're going to get settings that you can say 2 people, 1 person, 3 people.
I would hope
so. It's going to be good. It's going to help with fatigue, because when you're sitting there and you need it, it's good. You know what I mean? It's when you can't read all that stuff because you're just tired because you've been reading stuff all day. That's actually going to be a good one.
Yeah, so I think that one will be good. And then to kind of wrap up the whole Copilot, what can we ground on for a PowerPoint presentation? You're going to be able to reference a Microsoft Teams meeting when you generate or want to create a PowerPoint presentation. So this is coming out in June. Fortunately, standard. Sorry for the government tenants there. But basically, this will be really cool if you're in a really awesome presentation that somebody recorded in Teams and you say, okay, make a presentation out of this recording and this meeting and the agenda and the, I'm sure it grabs all the pieces it has and it can create a PowerPoint presentation from that. I think that is a really cool feature. And I'll be interested to see how you can take content that already exists and reimagine it with prompting to maybe have a different take, but still have the same information out there and have it pull from all the presentation information that was provided to it. So that one I'm actually looking forward to in June.
Yeah, that'll be great. Imagine you have a meeting and you need to do a follow-up presentation for all the items that are there. And that's just a very natural flow.
Yeah, create me a presentation based on the action items that came out of this meeting. It's like, okay, here you go. So good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I guess that takes us, Tamara. Do you have anything else for in development? If not, we can move to rolling out. Well,
nope, I'm good to go.
I've got one I love in rolling out. And the reason I love it in rolling out is because I didn't know it hadn't rolled out. And I had a document library full of OneNote files and OneNote pages that I wanted Copilot to reason over. So I could put an agent in there and ask specific questions about the OneNote files. And then I found out that it couldn't reason over it. So I am very excited to say that you can now reason over pages in Microsoft 365 Copilot. And that looks like that is going to roll out all in May. So excited about that. That will be very, very good for me and the team that was looking for using it. And then the rest, I'll pass. If I'll pick some others up if you guys don't do it, but I'll pass it to Tamara. I wasn't very excited by the updates this week, if you can tell.
I, on the other hand, thought they were kind of neat. So, hey, that's why I said, yeah, we're going to do this.
I like the Outlook additional features on the profile card in Outlook Mobile. So the reachability panel, hybrid location pronouns, read only, will be available on the Outlook profile card in iOS and Android. And the events panel will be replaced with the calendar in Outlook Mobile. Along with that is pronunciations on the profile card. Oh dear, it just says my battery is running low.
Which means my battery is running low.
On the profile card, yes, but I have it plugged in, so I'm a little confused. So those are two that I like. Tom, what do you like on there?
So the external tag in contact suggestions. So an external, quote unquote, tag will be added to contact suggestions that appears in the dropdown when entering contacts in the email composed in the New Outlook for Windows, hashtag New Outlook for Windows. I think that's great to make sure that you're not sending something that is critical, that should stay inside the company to somebody outside, because there was a similar name. I think having the external will help a lot with that. And then Outlook, they're also giving you the ability to open attachments while offline in the new Outlook for Windows. So I'm sensing, and we saw some of this in the earlier in development, is that the new Outlook for Windows is really focusing on being able to do more features and functionality while you are disconnected from an internet connection using the new Outlook for Windows. So I think that's good. And the other one that I'll mention is for Microsoft Teams, open file link preference to extend across Microsoft 365 apps. So in Teams, you've been able to say, hey, when I open this file in Teams, I either want to open it in Teams, or I want to open it in the browser, or I want to open it in the client. You have those options. Well, now they're going to take those options and actually extend it out, starting with Classic Outlook, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So you're going to be able to set that option in one place, and you're going to get it across all your different applications. So if you prefer, you will still be able to choose your Teams file open preference separately. But yeah, I think that's cool that they're getting to have that consistency factor starting to come in now. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I hate opening files in the Teams app because it always takes away whatever I was in the middle of that caused me to have to open
Exactly.
that file anyway. So it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Tamara is plugging in her machine. Do you have anything else from the section? If not, I'll kind of close us up with the last two. It's very easy today and the launched.
Actually, I'll just throw one more out there.
Mhm.
Microsoft Teams detects sensitive content that's being shared in meetings. Meetings, this is premium. Yeah, let's combine those two words together. So screen content shared during a meeting is protected by detecting sensitive content and alerting the presenter and organizers when it happens. So that just gives that extra layer. It's like, oh, look, we have HIPAA information that just showed up on the screen. Let the person know that you're doing this when you may not even be aware of it. So I like that idea a lot.
Awesome. Cool. Tamara, do you have anything else in rolling out?
No, but I've got 6% battery.
Okay,
Cool.
cover
We'll see
those
if we
last
can
two,
finish
Jen.
in
You're good to go.
6%. All right. So purview compliance, this is launched. The ability to do multi-policy selection when you're looking at a user for insider threats. So just the ability to combine different policies together and get them on the same user. And then that is rolled out. The one that is canceled is the Microsoft Microsoft 365 groups for managing new Loop workspaces. It's on the canceled list, but that's just because it is a duplicate of another one. So nothing to see here, folks.
Cool.
So that's fine. So that wraps us up, and Tamara is probably down to 4% now. But I guess it is the end of your day now.
And I'll have to go in the bedroom and see or the office and see why my computer is dying when it's supposed to be plugged in.
I'm guessing it's
Because
because
I'm
Tamara
touching it.
touched it. Yeah.
Given Tamara's, the dirt grave that her one took on Thursday, and then another one today, and our power going out, she's not a really good person to have around a computer right now.
She's good. She's just not
I've
productive.
not been terribly productive today.
Or you've been terribly productive. One of the two.
Oh,
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week with more updates.
Bye, everyone.
thanks. Bye-bye.